What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out, man. We had a good fight, very, very good fights this weekend, period. But Chris Colbert, uh, this weekend had an excellent performance, and you know, if we gotta be honest about it, guys, let's look at the landscape of 130 and 135 and these guys who fought here recently and Chris Colbert, uh, of course everybody knows Tail beat Lomachenko and they'll probably be getting it in again, but Tail's performance over Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia gets up off the canvas to stop Luke Campbell. Devin Haney, a spectacular performance against Jorge Linares. Chris Colbert in this fantastic performance against Nambaya. And Tank Davis, hate him or love him, he stopped Barrios. He did a good job. It was actually a good fight. And when we look at the landscape of everything, Chris Colbert and any of those guys down at 130 appears to be a very good fight, whether it be Jamel Herring, Oscar Valdez, or even Shakur Stevenson. That appears to me to be a very good fight. There are options there. The talk of Shakur Stevenson and Chris Colbert is starting to surface now. So there's an option there for him. Joshua Little John, what's good with you, brother? Appreciate you. Ronald Finkley in the building. What's good, Ronald? D. Jefferson, AK, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Cappuccino Kid. Morning. Good morning to you, Ronald. So Chris Colbert is looking pretty good down there at 130. Shakur, Oscar, Jamel Herring, Tank Davis even down there. And then we move to Tank Davis, and he's always got options. As long as he has Floyd, he has options. But there are some very serious fights we would like to see Tank. Shakur, Valdez, Ryan, Devin, Teo, Loma, anybody at 140. Tank has a plethora of options out there to fight. We know that Lomachenko and Teofimo is getting ready to get it in next. So we do know that. Iceman in the building. What's good, Joshua? So, I'm moving to that. Joshua. And then, Ryan and Tank are back to jaw jacking again. Don't think that that's going to happen, but as we know, a lot of people want to get their hands on Ryan. Ryan is really at the point where he can pick and choose an opponent. So Ryan's going to be okay as far as an opponent. And then that brings me to Devin Haney and what Joshua was saying here. So is Devin Haney without a dance partner by your title? I'd say yes, because who is he going to fight? Who is he going to fight? Tank Davis, forget about it. We know Floyd, if anything, look, Tank is about the money. So this is clear. Tank Davis is about money, right? Floyd Mayweather ain't putting him in there with Devin Haney. High risk, no reward. Tank's the money guy when it comes to Devin. Bill Haney and Devin runs around talking about the money they make, but it's simply not because of the purse. It's not because of Devin Haney's stock or who he is. It's Tank and Ryan, who are signed. Tank signed to TMT. Ryan signed to Golden Boy. They're getting money because of their name, who they are, their clout, their popularity amongst the social media platforms. This is why they're getting the money. And Floyd and Ellaby have done a fantastic job of creating this star of Tank, although he's not done much. But this is why they're getting money. Devin Haney is getting money because of his promotional cut. This is what Bill runs around yakking about the money. He's getting money because of his promotional cut, not because of his purse. He is not a big draw, Devin Haney. He's not an exciting fighter. So if Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia were to mix it up, it would be with each other, because that's the valuable fight. Tank versus Ryan, not Ryan versus Devin, not Tank versus Devin. That fight is only valuable for Devin. Concerning money purposes, business purposes, concerning Floyd Mayweather and and Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan's purposes, they're paper chasing. So Haney ain't in the picture for them two. Not because it's not a good fight. Not that. I would pick Haney to beat Ryan Garcia after the Linares win. I think that Haney would outbox him. Tank, pretty interesting fight, I'd say. I also picked Tank to beat Ryan Garcia, especially after what I saw from Mario Barrios. With that being said, yes, Joshua, I believe that Devin Haney is out in the dark here. I believe that it's Haney without a partner right now. I mean, and Chris Colbert, I don't really want to throw him into the play, but to me, Chris Colbert kind of comes into the play just because he's one of these young stars. Hell, Shakur's at 130. He's already talked about in the conversation with Devin Haney and Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Shakur's always spoken of. So I think we need to speak of Chris Colbert too, because he's proven his worth and he's showing that he's a very, very good boxer, which is to me just another name another option that strikes Devin from getting Tank Davis. Tank Davis, love him or hate him, he's a commodity in this weight class. When it comes to these younger guys, these smaller guys, Tank Davis is a commodity. That's a guy that Lomachenko, Teofimo, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, they all want to get their hands on Tank Davis. So Tank has options everywhere, right? What options do Devin Haney have? And it's unfortunate because Devin Haney's super talented, man. He's a super talented kid, but the question is, what options do he have? He doesn't seem to have all of these options. Like I said, Teofimo got two big options to face, and either of them will jump on the opportunity, and that's Tank Davis or Vasyl Lomachenko. Vasyl Lomachenko obviously has options because he's still that guy. After the destruction of Nakatani, he's only lost to Salido way earlier in his career. Second fight in, losing to Orlando Salido. No shame in that. Second fight in from the amateurs. And then he loses to a young budding star in Teofimo Lopez on his rise to the top. You see these young stars come in and do what's thought to be the impossible. So Lomachenko's still in a good spot. After he lost with Teofimo Lopez, I've been saying the whole time, Lomachenko's still number 2 in my book. I didn't want to hear anything about Tank. I still think he beats Tank. Still number 2 in my book. I don't want to hear anything about Ryan. I think Loma beats Ryan. He's still number 2 in my book. I don't want to hear about Devin Haney. Yes, he boxed fantastically against Jorge Linares, but that's not Lomachenko. And so I think Lomachenko beats Devin Haney. See, Devin Haney shines in boxing. Well, the best boxer at 135 is Vasyl Lomachenko, not Devin Haney. So Lomachenko, he's a commodity. He is like Tank Davis. He is a commodity. Getting a Lomachenko fight proves something. Proves something for Ryan, proves something for Javier Fortuna, proves something for Devin Haney. It proves something to get a fight with Lomachenko. Therefore, he is a commodity. Teofimo has the marbles, so we know that he's a commodity. Devin is not a commodity right now. He has that WBC belt that it appears no one is showing respect to, and they're not chasing that belt. He's holding a belt that the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman, is not giving him his just due for him. He is basically holding a worthless belt with little stock in the game, and he's high risk, no reward. So what is Devin going to do next, bro? What is he going to do next? That's the question. Bill Haney, come talk to your boy, man. I need to have a few words with you, brother. That's what I want to talk to Bill. I'm gonna hit Bill up, man. We got to get Bill over here again, guys. You know, that's what we got to do. Ronald Finkley says, been waiting to hear your assessment on Colbert. I think it was fantastic, man. Tongue shot Namdayar is a high level boxer. This guy was no run of the mill, much better fighter. Watching what he did to Nambayar, we know what he would have done to Gamboa. He would beat the hell out of Gamboa. Chris Colbert won in just as impressive fashion as Devin Haney. This is what we have to look at. He won just as impressively as Devin Haney. It was a decision win. Unlike Devin Haney, Colbert was never hurt in that fight. Haney did get hurt. He still won. He still beat the hell out of Jorge Linares, but he definitely went stinky leg back to that corner. Colbert was never in trouble. Never in trouble in that fight. So that guy's jab, man, that piston freaking jab, and it comes with some power behind it too. Chris Colbert did such a phenomenal job in that fight. I'm really interested to see. I want Chris Colbert and Shakur Stevenson. Shakur ain't fought nobody. No, I'm a big fan of Shakur. I like Shakur Stevenson. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan, but he ain't fought no one, bro. Let's be honest. Chris Colbert would be a great win. Shakur Stevenson would be a great win for either of those guys. Either of those guys. But as far as my assessment of Chris Colbert in this fight, Ronald, phenomenal, fantastic performance. I like what I see in Chris Colbert, and I put him up there with these other guys. Hitchens is another guy that, I like. Ryan's been cleared to fight, bro. Ryan was never ordered by a doctor not to fight Joshua. This is Ryan's personal decision to take time for self, to duck Devin Haney, clout chase Tank Manny Pacquiao, backdoor Devin Haney, take his other mandatory, sign up for a fight with him, and then duck that fight. He never had any medical reasonings or anything, no letters to doctors saying he shouldn't fight. No, this was a decision by Ryan Garcia. He's been cleared to fight. No one stopped Ryan Garcia from fighting Joshua besides Ryan Garcia. Yes, he's cleared to fight. That fool could have been fought. Ain't nothing wrong with Ryan. And he back to capping again. What changed? Everybody want to fall for this mental illness and this, that, and the third. Ryan goes away on a hiatus for a while. Duck Devin, duck Javier Fortuna. And then he comes back capping about Tank Davis again. Have we heard Floyd Mayweather or Tank Davis mention Ryan Garcia? We've not heard either of them mention Ryan Garcia. Not one mention of that cat, which means he's just back after his hiatus to capping again. You were capping. You tried this before. And I hope that all of these fans don't entertain this. The reason I put it up there as a possibility, because Tank and Floyd has the decision to fight Ryan. I think Tank beats Ryan Garcia. After what I witnessed against Mario Barrios, I think Tank beats Ryan Garcia. Yeah, Ryan Garcia is faster than Barrios. Okay. Ryan Garcia hits harder than Barrios. Okay. Ryan Garcia doesn't have greater dimensions than Barrios, height, reach. And he doesn't box as well as Barrios. Period. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, he has faster hands than Barrios. And yes, he punches harder than Barrios. He doesn't box better than Barrios. His footwork is atrocious. We saw that with the Luke Campbell fight. And Tank can find you. We saw how he was finding Mario Barrios, which means he'll touch Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's body, that dude stays up, shows up when he starts getting attacked, and his body is wide open. Did you see the body shot that Tank put Barrios down with before the stoppage? I don't think Ryan Garcia beats Tank Davis. Which is even more of a reason I think he's capping, because Oscar and Ryan know for a fact that they're not going to get Tank Davis unless they hear something from Floyd Mayweather. Well, we've not heard anything from Floyd Mayweather. You know, this is what I said before when Ryan was capping, you know, going on Tyson, calling Tank out and all of that. Floyd already told you what you had to do. Fight Rolly Romero, and then you'll get Tank. Well, you still haven't fought Rolly Romero, and Floyd's still not talking about Tank fighting you. So Ryan is capping. Even still, Ryan Garcia has a plethora of options because all he has to do is say the name. Not Tank, but any other name, he gets to fight. See? If Devin Haney says, I want Ryan Garcia next, no fight. If Ryan says, I want Devin Haney next, fight happens. So Ryan has the options because he's the money bag and people want to get a hold of him. Don't think he beats them, though. You know, I don't think he beats him. I had Ryan, after the Luke Campbell win, I had Ryan above Tank and Devin Haney. Because Devin hadn't fought Jorge Linares yet, and Tank hadn't fought Mario Barrios yet. And I wasn't putting the Pedraza win over Luke Campbell, because it was a while ago and it wasn't 135. So I had Ryan Garcia over Tank Davis and over Devin Haney. I had Teofimo Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Tank Davis. That's what the order was. Now it's switched up again. Teofimo and Loma are still number 1 or 2 in my book, but Ryan has been bumped down to number 5. That's how I see it now. I have Devin Haney and Tank Davis flip-flopping, you know, 3 and 4 position. Put them there how you want. You got to have Tank, TL number 1, of course. Loma, in my book, without a belt, is number 2. And then you can switch Devin and Tank 3 or 4, however you want. But Ryan's definitely number 5 now. He's at the bottom of the totem pole, even with his Luke Campbell win. Bill Haney is such a gimmick now. I don't know why y'all ever did, Ronald. I don't know why y'all ever did. H Money is still gone, but that's his boy, and I can respect that. I understand that. Bill did a lot for H and really brought him up in the game. So shout out to Bill and H Money. But, bro, man, I've been on Bill's neck for a while, Ronald. You know that. I've been on Bill's neck for a while, and he got mad at me on Two Hands Live. We was on Two Hands Live because I told him, look, bro, you like every other promoter. You lie and deceive too. Then it came to the point where I was challenging his name and everything. Well, I guess I don't even have to have that argument no more. Not with Two Hands and Bill or anybody else, because it's obvious Bill be capping and deceiving and bullshitting like every other promoter. I mean, it's a part of the job, bro. Come on, bro. He wasn't the only promotional saint. You lie and deceive like everyone else. And that's merely all I said. But now it's evident to everyone that he's full of it, like Bob, like Eddie, like Floyd, like Oscar, like DeBella, like any of them. This is what they do. They're not going to give you all of the truth. D, did you see what gloves Tank used? No, I actually didn't. I think Tank will fight Romero next. Just the feeling. It could be Joshua. Could be Floyd do something stupid like that. But I don't. That fight really doesn't make sense because Tank has the junior belt. He got it off Gamboa and the belt Rolly. That fight makes no sense. Both of those two should be fighting someone else, but it's along the lines of what Floyd would do. Easy excuse would be that Tank just fought 2 champions back to back. I mean, you know how Floyd does, which we know that the Leo Santa Cruz fight was no challenge. Mario Barrios, that was actually a good fight. They're about to line Tank up with a couple of chumps if Garcia don't want to fight back. Ronald, I'm gonna tell you this right now. No matter who Tank's fight, it will be somebody with a name. You don't have to like Rolly. He doesn't box the best, but Rolly's a name and he has something behind him. So, like Joshua said, Rolly Romero, whoever he fight, it's going to be somebody with a name. Somebody that's known. So Tank will fight someone he can beat, but I don't think he'll fight a washed up fighter anymore. The whole Gamboa thing was so that he could get his hand on the belt. But they're not building him the way they're building him, putting him in there with literally no-name fighters. The guy has to have something behind him. That's the ploy, that's the plot. And it can't be like little insignificant guys anymore. It has to be somebody with a decent, valid name because Tank's too far along. So whoever he fights is going to be someone notable. I can guarantee you that, Ronald. That's just the game that Floyd and Ellaby are playing with Tank Davis at this point. And Colbert has a pretty good chin as far as I could tell. Yeah, because Nambayar can punch, man. He can definitely punch, and Colbert ate some good shots. Kelvin Frere. Yeah, my name. My name's Kelvin Jefferson. Good to see you this morning. He said Haney could fight Fortuna or Luke Campbell. Wow. Yeah, but again, bro, that's garbage. You don't want to fight. What do you want to fight Luke Campbell for? Luke Campbell's a guy who can't get over the hump. Haney is up here with Loma and Teo and those guys. Luke is not on that level. So the Luke Campbell fight, Javier Fortuna, okay. But to me, Jorge Linares, that's the level of opponent that Javier Fortuna's on. That's just my honest assessment on it. So it's not like he's getting better. Haney's a champion. He has to fight better or upon level. Now, we can assume that Teo or Loma is better, but he hasn't fought them, and he's on that level. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, I think he's better than Ryan. Tank, I'm not sure. Loma, I don't think so. Teo, I don't think so. So those are the guys he needs to be fighting. He doesn't need to fight in a Fortuna is a step down. Luke Campbell's Ryan Garcia's leftovers, and this is the WBC champion. So those fights, although they could happen, they're not crowd-pleasing fights. They're not fan-pleasing fights, man. And that's why, his situation doesn't really look good at this point. I think Haney should fight Coleman. That's a good fight. That, Joshua, bravo. That's a good fight. That's a fight that, Richard Coleman against, what was the guy's name? The guy that lost to Rolly. I can't remember his name. Jackson Marinas. That was it. Had a very good performance against Jackson Marinas. He's a former champion. He lost to Teo, but he bounced well back off of. It would have been like Devin Haney fighting Masaoshi Nakatani prior to Loma getting a hold of him. That would have been a good fight. I actually asked Bill about that fight too, but he went right back to Linares. No, Bob said Linares, blah, 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 blah. And then the Lomachenko opportunity came. No, Bob said Linares, blah, 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 blah. Well, how did that work out for you, Bill? Bob said. Now Bob ain't giving you ish. So Coleman would be very, very valid. Joshua, PBC, puberty boxing. Ronald. Friday, Joseph Diaz Jr., Javier Fortuna, 12 rounds for the interim light. Very good fight. I'm going to have to look at the fight. I don't know who I'm going to pick. I might go with JoJo, split decision. Not sure. Very good fight. JoJo could stop him. Javier could stop JoJo. I think JoJo's a better boxer than Javier Fortuna, in my opinion. It's going to be a good fight, though. Haney's belt has been bastardized. I don't feel sorry for him. I'm not going to make fun of Haney's situation with the WBC anymore. Bastardized. Hey, man, Punch Drunk been saying it, bro. He been saying it for the longest time. Like, Bill, the WBC is playing you guys out. Shout out to Punch Drunk. He been saying that for a while now. I still compare Haney to Corey Spinks. That ain't going anywhere. I feel you. Fish, my man Fish in the building. I don't want to hear about Tank compared with any of the others. None of the others have refused to fight anybody out of the outfit, celebrity fighters. I'm going on assessment, Fish. That's why I say I don't care if you like Tank or not. I'm not a Tank supporter. I don't support Tank. I don't support Floyd and Ellaby and the foolery they're doing with him. But I'm going to use my eyes, Fish. I don't have to be a fan of his to know that he'll beat these guys. He'll beat these guys, and he'll be competitive with the guys that I don't think that he'll beat. That's just the facts, man. You don't have to like Tank to accept that. Those are the facts, though, Fish. That's all I'm saying about Tank. I'm not advocating or pushing for Tank, but clearly Haney has no dance partner right now. Colbert got a better resume than Shakur. Who don't got a better resume than Shakur? I feel you, Mark, especially with that Nambayar win. That win alone puts him over Shakur. Tongue shot puts him over Shakur. Shakur ain't fought nobody. I started off, Mark, I don't know how long you've been here, but I was talking about Shakur earlier, and I love the kid to death, but he ain't fought no one, which is why Colbert versus Shakur would be a phenomenal matchup. But I do agree with you, Mark. Colbert definitely has a better resume than Shakur. Top of the morning, a rival Fish said apparently his numbers were shocking. So as long as he doesn't step up, he's going downhill with every dud, 70-30. Yeah, but that's not going to deter Floyd Mayweather or Leonard Ellaby from doing what they've been doing with him. But you're right, though. I mean, it's not getting any popular fighting these guys, any more popular fighting these off-brand fights. People want to see him fight a real fight. I think that Shakur, Tank, you know what's upsetting about the Tank Davis situation is I think he has a chance to beat Shakur Stevenson. I think he will beat Jamel Herring, and I think he has a good chance to beat Oscar Valdez. They're good fights. Shakur and Oscar are good fights. I picked Tank, Shakur, and Oscar to beat my man Jamel Herring. He is the weakest link right now. I picked him to beat Miguel Berchelt. And after that destruction that Oscar Valdez put on it, I'm pretty comfortable with that pick. I was telling Julius Ring IQ, my brother Julius, we used to go back and forth. He was like, no, Miguel Berchelt will beat Herring. I'm like, I ain't so sure, Julius. I think Herring will get him. But now Herring's at the bottom. The unfortunate thing about Tank Davis with me is that I believe that he has a good shot at Shakur and Oscar Valdez. Why he doesn't do it is beyond me. It's Floyd and Ellaby, man. This nonsense. But I think that those are the fights that Tank needs to take, and unless he'll be like Fish saying, keep going downhill with those numbers instead of up. He fights a Shakur or Oscar Valdez or Devin or Loma or I think now is the time for him to get to Lomachenko because Lomachenko looked phenomenal against Nakatani. Well, it's going to be a different fight with Tank Davis. Trust and believe. Tank's going to punch back. Tank's a lot faster. Tank moves better than Nakatani. Tank has more boxing acumen than Nakatani. And if he can get past Lomachenko, that skyrockets Tank to a different level right now. Remember, Lomachenko is still a valid win for any of these guys. So, I don't know, man. That's how I see it. Ryan has bad footwork. Yeah, for sure. Sergio Aguero, mi hermano, was good with you. He said, I won't sleep on Ryan, but I got Tank beating Ryan. Yeah, I'm not sleeping on him either, Sergio. I'm with you. I'm not sleeping on Ryan. It's just if I had to make my pick, I'm picking Tank in that fight. Listen, Ryan has power, fam. We don't have to question his power. And his power, in my opinion, will carry up to 142. The kid has power. He hits hard, right? That body shot from Luke Campbell, woof, those knockouts to the head, woof. So Ryan hits hard. So I ain't sleeping on, and he's fast. The kid's fast. But the flaws, bro, the jab is pathetic, which is something you definitely need in his footwork. Those are two important keys to a fighter, jab and a footwork. Ryan he's lacking. And defense, guys. Oh, my gosh, they got to work on this kid's defense. So, yeah. I have to pick Tank over him. Did you see the gloves Tank's using? Iceman, I didn't pay attention to them damn gloves, fam. That's the second time you asked me that. Why don't you share with us, Iceman? What was so significant about those gloves? Because I don't know, fam. I don't know what you. I didn't see him. I didn't pay attention to him. I seen Tank. He had yellow shorts on and white and yellow gloves. I guess I don't know. I don't really pay attention to all the ring walks and outfits and costumes. And honestly, bro, I don't really pay attention. You come in the ring, being carried by some women on the throne like Fury. Okay, you're gonna notice that. You come in the ring with some LED lights and this crazy outfit like Wilder did. Okay, you're gonna notice that. Or the big lion's mane and lion print outfit like Jermell Charlo. Some things you'll notice, but Tank wasn't all of that explicit with his outfit, so I didn't really take notice to it. But if there's something significant about it, do share, Iceman. I think Ryan's trying to cash out. He takes one punch and now he wants out. Mark, it could be. I'm telling you, Mark, I said a little while ago that I think Ryan wants to go over there with his buddies, Jake and Logan, and start taking on UFC fighters for a bunch of money. I think he likes that idea. So you might be right. You probably are right. Iceman, what's up with the gloves? Yeah, I know, Iceman. What's up with the damn gloves, man? Can you imagine when these cherry boxers with the game get inducted into the Hall of Fame? I don't know, man. The guys that induct these guys into the Hall of Fame are like diehard boxing fans, Ronald. Not idiots. If you had a bunch of casuals inducting guys into the Hall of Fame, then maybe they slide right in. But a lot of these guys won't make it, Ronald. It would appear because they got popularity and all of that. But the guys that sit down and decide who's going to go in the Hall of Fame, they use their heads. They don't go by the Floyd Ellaby metrics. Trust me on that. They don't use the Floyd Ellaby metrics to put people into the Hall of Fame. So all of that hoopla Floyd's talking about, these baby belts, 3-division champ, they're not falling for all of that foolishness, fam. Not 100% sure, but I'm hearing hardly any padding, but see Mark in the chat, so I brought it up. Oh, man. After the whole Tyson Fury and Wilder situation, I don't want to hear shit about, pardon my French, I don't want to hear anything about anyone's gloves, man. It's ridiculous. I am not willing to tolerate another glove gate theory. I don't care. Barrios lost. Barrios didn't say anything about any freaking gloves. So, Tank best regular champ of all time. Hey, man. The greatest regular champ of all time in boxing history. Samuel Wild, what's good with you, dog? Samuel Wild, Shaw in the building. Who knew Barrios? I knew Barrios. A couple of people knew Barrios, man. Let's not crap on Barrios, bro. It was a good fight. It's still 140, bro. Devin, T.O., Loma, well, not Loma. Devin, T.O., Ryan Garcia, they've yet to step foot at 140, Fish. Let's think about this. Tank Davis, little old Tank Davis at 130, beat Ryan, Teofimo, and Devin Haney to 140. Let's try to give Tank some credit about something. He beat those guys to 140. And went up there and collected the title, whether it be a baby title or not. He beat those guys and went and competed at 140. Think about that. Barrios was no bum. Say what you want about it. He wasn't no, as they say, bum, taxi cab driver, Home Depot worker, as people like to call these fighters. Barrios wasn't that. G-Man boxing in the building. Was good, G-Man. Was good with you, brother. Samuel says unrivaled. Ronald, Joshua, what's up? Tank wearing them Canelo gloves. And then he was wearing legal gloves. Snack, Shaw. You know what I mean? That's what that means. He was wearing legal gloves. Greetings and all the chat. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that Colbert called out Leo. Santa Cruz or Angelo? No, he's too small. He called out Leo. I didn't even see the post fight. Mark. Wow. You like that call out? I guess Colbert's not the biggest puncher. I don't know, man. I think that Colbert beating him. I don't know. I guess it's not. But Leo's he's at 130 because he did fight Tank. I don't know. Leo never really looked impressive at 130. Didn't look impressive against Miguel Flores, and he got emphatically stopped by Tank. So it's cool he called out Leo. I think that's more of a money grab situation. I don't know. I don't think that's a good fight, Mark. I think Colbert dominates Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, Leo, I don't know. Leo's got a hot punch. And he could take a punch, and Colbert not hitting like Tank. You know, he might have a. But he didn't look good against Miguel Flores, Mark. That's my thing. I know you saw that Miguel Flores in Leo Santa Cruz fight. He didn't look good against Miguel Flores, and I'm pretty sure Chris Colbert would have absolutely dominated Miguel Flores. So I'm not sure about me personally, Mark. I think it's one-sided. I think it's a Colbert show. Unanimous decision all day. That's just my opinion. You could be right, though, bro. You could be right. Iceman said, what's up, Mark? Sergio, he said, D, you were right about Tank. They want to put him in no dangerous fights, no risk. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. And it's so obvious, Sergio, you know? So obvious. Box fans in the building. What's good with you, brother? What's good? JD, my man, JD, Kyle, good to see you every time. He said, good morning, D. You here to save the morning spread, the enlightenment. Yeah, try to do what I can do, brother. Try. Also, I need some coffee. My head is killing me. Gotta have your cup of Joe, man. Keep your cup of Joe ready. I got a Speedway right down the street, so that's the only thing that really have good is coffee. The gas ain't too bad. Gas and coffee. I don't eat anything from that breakfast bar filled with swine and butter. Workflow back in another one. Fire. Hector Tanahara versus William Zepeda. 20. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Good update, Ronald. That's a pretty good fight. It's a pretty good fight. Apparently, those Tank Superstar pay-per-view numbers ain't checking out to be true. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. D. Carlos Banderas went to the top rank. His coach, Buddy McGirt, he comes back and all. Yeah, I seen that. Yep. Looking forward to his return. He still has potential. Yeah, I think so. JD. Yeah, I read that too. Barrel said he was just happy to be there. Well, Barrios got paid, Iceman. Paid more than anybody else he was going to fight. Much more. Because it's not really a lot of money up there at 140. That's why Teofimo hanging around 135. The kid's trying to get paid, bro. He's been doing the most, but he ain't really making the money. You see Bob trying to give him 1.2 for Lomachenko, trying to give him 1.2 for Kambosos Jr. The kid had to go to purse bid to get any real kind of money. So he's still sticking around because the dollars, the Lomas, the Tanks, the Ryans, the Devins, all of that's at 135. There's not really any money at 140. So when Tank Davis, even though we're, joking on his star power as Ellaby and Floyd puts it, but the reality is I got scoliosis, man. My left shoulder's lower. Anyway, but when we look at that, he made money on that fight. And he had an opportunity to beat him. I mean, it went to 11. Some people, what you see in the scorecards, they were going to rob the hell out of Mario Barrios. Had he won the 11th in 12th round, I think they still would have given Tank a split decision or something, which is absolutely atrocious. So I'm glad that Tank stopped him and took it out of the judge's hands, because I think that they would have robbed Barrios. We don't know how that fight would have ended. Tank did get him in trouble and started turning on lately. So it's, and by the knockdown in the 11th round, he would have won the 11th round. So we'd have had a 10-7 and a 10-8 round. So, but had the fight gone on, Barrios survived. Say he wins the 12th round. You're talking about a close fight here. You're talking about, by my assessment, maybe it could have been 7-5 Barrios, but then you got those 2 rounds with Tank, knocked him down twice in 1 round. That's a 10-7 round. Then you have a 10-8 round. Controversial decision had Tank not stopped him, but Tank stopped him. So, but Barrios should have been happy to be there, because, again, as far as monetary value, he wasn't getting paid like that in any fight with anybody else at 140. So I would have been happy to be there too. You know what I mean? IBT, what's up with you, brother? Been a while since I see you. Good to see you, IBT. Good to see you. Tony, my man, Tony Boswell in the building. Good morning to you. Heading to work. Stopped in to show support and hit that like. Always appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that, Tony. D behind on the comments by 15 minutes, like usual. Yeah, pretty much. Back in order, IVT. Back in action, Everything's the same. Much respect, Joshua. Martin Ramos, mi hermano, what's good with you? What's good? I'm not that far back, IBT. I'm at 8 minutes. 8:16. I'm only 3 minutes behind. That's an improvement. That's an improvement. Sergio, if I was a fighter fighting Tank Davis, I would avoid fighting him at Showtime. Oh, I mean, you could say that about many fighters in certain venues. They're just going to get the benefit. So, but I feel you though. But yeah. I mean, that goes for a lot of fighters in certain venues, though. I'm not a fan of Tank Davis, but I thought it was a cool corner movement when Floyd said that he was down on the unofficial scorecards. I think Floyd honestly put some fire on the Tank's ass. Yeah, Floyd said what he needed to say. Motivational, whatever words. He knows Tank, so he knows what he needed to say to motivate him. And I think that it was, and I don't know what happened to that, but I think that it was perfect timing when he did. So I think it was perfect timing when he did say what he said, because Tank turned it up, bro. He turned it up and turned it on and took off. So yeah, well said. Samuel Shaw, of course, Barrios was happy to be there. He got paid. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And he was on pay-per-view. He got exposure to the so-called boxing fans who had no idea who he was. Now he's known to put on war with anybody. Facts, Samuel. Like, he only benefited out of that. I would be happy too if I was Barrios. You're a guy who, who moved up to 140, which people didn't know. Barrios is big. He was a small 140 pounder. Actually, Tank came in that fight. I want all of you guys to know something too. Tank came into that fight heavier than Barrios. All of these stupid people talking about Barrios so big. I'm like, he's taller than Tank. He's not bigger than Tank. And it's clearly obvious he's not bigger than Tank. He's taller, because if Tank was heavier than him at 5'5", if you know anything about muscles, and trust me, I'm 5'6", so I know about muscles, right? At 5'5", 1 inch shorter than me, he was bigger than Barrios. Barrios was taller than him. But how is Barrios, a big 140 pounder, coming into a fight at 139.5? I was telling everybody the dude was averaging 140 since he's been. Go look at all of his fights since he's been at this division. Fight weight, not the night before, not when you rehydrate. His fight weight, he has been coming in averaging 140 pounds, right on key. That doesn't make you a big 140 pounder. If he was a big 140 pounder, he'd be coming in at 147, 150, something like that, bro. Come on. Like, the dude's not huge. He's small. He's small. So, agreed 100%, Samuel. Like, it did everything for Barrios. This did absolutely everything for Barrios. JD said, D, in your opinion, is a fighter who's got skills beyond the world level, but haven't had the accolades to validate pound for pound. He's got skills beyond world level, but haven't accolade. I don't understand that question, JD. He said, D, in your opinion, is a fighter who's got skills beyond world level, but haven't seen the accolades. Nah, they can't. I mean, I get it now. Me personally, yeah, they deserve to be there. If we can see that, damn, this dude's lightning, but he just hasn't fought the right guys, you can't. Because pound for pound, you still got to prove it. But I get that, yeah, and it's unfortunate because we have guys like that. Richardson Hitchens, Chris Colbert, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Devin Haney. Look, this kid could be pound for pound fighter. I don't care about knockouts. If he goes and gets stinky leg like he did with Linares against Teofimo, but wins, and then goes and gets stinky leg by Tank Davis, but wins, then goes and gets stinky leg by, say, a Regis or Jose Ramirez and wins, fine. Yeah, hell yeah, he's going to be pound for pound. But he would be that guy that has the skills there, but ain't really fought the right fighters to validate pound for pound. So, yeah, that can happen. That kid's a definite example of one of them, Devin Haney, Shakur, Colbert. These are examples of guys who could literally be there, but they got to fight the fights to get them there. They have to. So, yeah. He said, great camera. Now I know you're serious. Oh, boy. What can you say about Donaire canceling the fight against Casemiro? Nonsense. Actually, I'm talking about that later on the live today. Guillermo Rigondeaux has been reinstated to fight Casemiro again. Remember, that was the fight that was supposed to happen anyway. And then that fight was canceled because Donaire Casemiro, which I thought it sucked for Rigo, because I like Rigondeaux and he's been punished enough in this sport, if you ask me. So I thought it was no good for Rigondeaux. However, that was a good fight. It was a good fight in Donaire and Casemiro. So I was like, okay, yeah, it sucks for Rigondeaux, but I'm ready for this fight. But now that Casemiro pulled out because of the misogynistic comments toward his wife from Donaire, which is absolutely ridiculous to me, bro. Go beat him up worse. You don't pull out of a fight. You beat him down, right? Whatever. Rigondeaux is back on, so it is what it is. We lost a good fight. We still get a good fight. Rigondeaux can beat Casemiro. I'm not saying he will, but he can beat Casemiro. So, you know, Jim Lord, I'm all good with it. Good to see you too, Jim Lord. It's been a while, man. Been a while. Tank's very stocky. Barrios is a wiry fella. Has no trouble making 140, like people say. Right, LCS was bigger than Tank because he was tall. I know. Just crazy, IBT. Crazy. Like you could just look at these guys and tell Tank was stocky or wider. His legs was bigger. His shoulders was thicker. His biceps, chest, all of that was bigger. Like, what the hell? He didn't even look bigger than Tank. Facts, D. Jefferson. I'm 5'8", 165. Exactly, Tony. Like when you're shorter and you pack on. I used to be 165 where I was about there. I always show people this picture because people don't believe me because I'm so small now. Because you know, I had gotten sick and everything. But yeah, I used to be that weight as well. And when you're that weight, when you're shorter and you packing on that kind of weight, you can see it. Like little short guys, and look, man, 5'6" to 5'9", we're short guys, like in the grand scheme of things. So when shorter guys pack up that weight, I can't find that picture, bro. I ain't even trying to look for it. Anyway, I used to be bigger. Samuel, I've seen it before. I was 165, but at 5'6". You can see that, bro. You can see that. So, man, Tank just definitely was bigger. Nah, G. Jeffrey Barrio is a big 140-pounder. Even Floyd said at the press conference that it was his first time seeing him in person. He thought he was, man, Floyd is full of it. I don't care what Floyd says. The dude came in weighing 139 and a half, less than Tank. To hell with what Floyd said. Floyd's going to try to blow up everything Tank does. Samuel, you got to be capping. You're just joking. I know you don't really believe that. Who cares what Floyd says? Syfe Bud, what's good, brother? Good to see you. He said Haney should take on Richard Cole. Yeah, someone said that earlier. Joshua Littlejohn, I believe. Yeah, facts. I agree with that. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I give him massive credit for that fight. That's true, Syfe. Yeah, you and Joshua spot on with that. I wouldn't mind that. Mario Barrio saying big 1-4. Yeah, I think Samuel just capping right now, IBT. Yeah, he ain't big. That dude, he came on weight. Like, no, I'm not trying to hear a guy is big when he comes on weight, but go look at all his fights before. He's never come in over 142, ever. In the fight. Not the weigh-in, in the fight. He's never come higher than 142. How is he so big? He's not big. He's just tall. Barrios was top 10, but was like 9 or 10. Last time I checked, I think he was ranked 10. Oh, no, Donaire. Yeah, Tony. Yep. John Raul Casimiro, he was saying some stuff that was out of pocket, out of line, but who cares? Like, as a fight fan, I don't care because you guys are fighting. So if he says something, he steps, overboard with it, beat him up for it, right? Make him pay for it in the ring. Like Sugar Shane made Mayorga pay for it when he smacked his wife's booty. Make him pay for it. You don't call the fight off. And then he starts preaching about the misogyny in boxing and all of this. Man, come on, Donaire. I'm not trying to hear it. But we still have a good fight, Tony, because Guillermo Rigondeaux and Casimiro is still a good fight. Yeah, but the fight is off. It's off. Donaire pulled out. Donaire duck. I love Donaire. He's probably a Hall of Famer, but no need to Donaire duck John Raul Casimiro. Yeah, you would disagree, Samuel Shaw. Look at Samuel Shaw. Y'all look at this picture. This is a fool who's got muscles, so he know what muscles weigh. Samuel Tank was solid, bigger than Barrios. I don't know why you think that kid's big. He's not big. Look at Barrios. Never mind. I ain't even gonna say it, bro. Barrios big. Richard Coleman is dangerous for Haney. He has real power. He might make Haney do more than a stinky leg if he counts. Yeah, I think Coleman does hit harder than Linares, but I think Linares boxes better than Coleman, IBT. So I think Haney will still be able to maneuver around. I'm picking Haney for that. He could hurt Haney and get him into big trouble, but I would pick Haney to win that. I think he's a good boxer, bro. I mean, he impressed me in that Linares fight. He can box. But I do get your sentiment about that, though. He does have good power, man. He destroyed Jackson Marinas. So I tell everybody, Nakatani, what he did to Felix Verdejo. Teofimo 8 shots from Nakatani. He 8 shots from Loma. He 8 shots from Richard Coleman. Teofimo got a chin, man. Teofimo got a chin, but yeah, man. Coleman is dangerous for Haney. People still treat Floyd Word as the holy gospel. Yeah, I know, right? Who cares what Floyd Mayweather says? D. Jefferson, you need edibles. I had 2 stomach surgeries and 128 to 135. It took me 2 years, but I'm healthy and have an apple. Oh, bro. I lost 52 pounds when 50 or 51 pounds in 2 weeks, Tony, when I got sick. I went down to 114 pounds, bro. You could literally see my bones coming through my skin. And I'm back to 135. This is after 2 years and some change. So trust me, I know the struggle. I wish I could get back to 168. I eat. I haven't really been able to work out because that stuff damaged me inside. That's why I can't go paint anymore and all of that. But I'm slowly working the weight back up. I miss having my weight, bro. I don't like looking like no damn refugee. Hope that don't offend anyone, but that's what I look like sometimes when I look in the mirror. So thin. Oh boy, what snacks y'all talking about? F what Floyd is saying, but G Jeffries, me and you had this argument when we heard the fight was being made, that I stated he was a big 140 pounder and you disagree, so I'm not trolling you, bro. Yeah, I know, man. I'm just talking trash, bro. I know you're not trolling. I remember. You was wrong then and you still wrong now, Samuel. I favor Haney via decision over Comey. Yeah, I agree that Linares is a better fighter technically, but I thought Linares fought reserve versus Haney. Comey is less likely to land, but he cracks harder. True. All that, I agree with it. 100%, fam. 100%. How much do you think I weigh in that avatar? Well, 170. About 170, Samuel. I don't know. You told me your height one time before. So if you're not lying about your height, I would say about 170. Only from what you told me your height was. So I ain't even gonna say that, but if that's your height, I would say about 170. Because my son is 6 foot 172. He's 6'1", 172. So by your height, you know, I'll say about 160, about 170. JD says, whoa, Donaire ducked the guy who was so scared of Inouye that he filed in the PBC that would never, but wait, didn't Donaire already fight Inouye? Bro, JD, let me tell you something. Donaire pulled out of that fight. Donaire said he pulling out of the fight because of misogynistic comments. That's a duck, JD. That's a duck. When you avoid a fight is a duck. This is what fans' problem is. They look at duck as if he's scared. Did I say that Donaire was afraid of Casemiro? I don't think he's afraid of Casemiro at all. Donaire gave his explanation for ducking the fight. It was because of the offense he took from what Casemiro did concerning his wife, and he's not having that. Donaire felt like it was Casemiro that was getting the opportunity, so he's snatching it back away from him, right? And it's true. Casemiro had the opportunity to unify titles. Donaire is already here. He's a Hall of Famer, shoo-in. May go down as an all-time great. His legacy is established. He needs nothing from Casemiro. Nothing. He can retire today. He doesn't need anything. So he snatched what Casemiro needed. A name like Donaire. A unification. That's not fear. That's punishment. That's repercussions. That's consequences for what Casemiro did. So I'm not saying that he's afraid, but you fans hear duck and you associate it with fear or something like that. Duck doesn't mean fear. If you're taking it like that, and then you're telling me that, oh, yeah, he didn't fight Inouye. He was. I didn't say he was scared of him. I said he ducked him, JD, and he very well did duck him. He ducked him. You avoid a fight, you pull out of a fight, you ducked it, fam. You don't have to like to hear it. I love Donaire. He ducked him. That's it. He ducked that fight, fam. He should have went there and beat him up for the misogynistic comments, not pull out of the fight, JD. That's ducking, fam. Haney would be able to outbox him by staying on the outside with the jab and tying up on the inside. At worst, Haney gets dropped and starts showing off them grappling moves he showed us versus Linares. Yeah, but then, that was a bit excessive. He could get a point taken for that. Colbert could end up beating him by split or majority decision, especially if he drops him twice. Interesting fight, nevertheless, IBT. That's why I think it's an interesting fight. Donaire ain't ducking and got a ducking ball. Man, I don't care what you or JD say. Y'all just like Donaire. I don't care. He ducked the fight, fam. He ducked. You don't pull out of a fight because of misogynistic comments. Kill that noise, bro. He ducked. He ducked. You guys stop it, bro. The weight will come back eventually, D. My man, G-Man. It is. It is coming back a little bit. Look at that. I got a little more muscle. Y'all remember a couple of months ago, this thing was straight across. Slowly but surely, it's returning. G-Man, don't worry. I'm working every day on it. I don't care about being small. I've been small and picked on all my life for being a small guy. I don't care. I'm blessed to be alive, man. That thing could have taken me out of here. Much respect, G-Man Boxing. Oh, boy, here you go. I'm glad it's an hour. We at the hour mark, so I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm not arguing with you at IBT about Donaire dunking. No, it's not a duck. Team Donaire pulled out because Cassie and Sean kept playing game. Yo, man, that's what you say, JD. That's what your mouth says. Donaire, the fighter's mouth, spoke on the misogynistic comments. So I'm not going by what you say, JD. I'm sorry. I'm not going by what you say. I'm going by what the fighter himself says. I'm not taking your word. I'm going to take what Donaire says. Are you serious right now? I don't care what you're talking about. I'm going by what Donaire says. Who cares what you think? You contradict what the man himself says, JD. You understand that? You're contradicting Nonito Donaire. No. Okay, G. Jeffrey, you in the ballpark. I'll give you a pass. I think you got lucky. Oh, my boy says, say, are you crazy? Nah, Nonito Donaire didn't duck, bro. Y'all soft, man. Oh, y'all soft. I'm ending it on this. Samuel, I never thought I'd see the day. Samuel L. Shaw, IBT, JD Jacal, y'all soft, man. No Nito Donaire duck. Martin Ramos, he said, I heard Casemiro was giving the runaround about enrolling into the clean boxing program. BS, man. Look, y'all stop this right now. You know what? Stop this right now, bro. I'm going to spend a little extra time here. We're going to go a little bit over because y'all tripping. Y'all tripping trying to give Nonito Donaire all of these excuses, man. Y'all know better than that, too. I keep receipts. I read way too much, bro. Y'all not doing this. Y'all not doing this. Hold on for a second. I got something for all y'all right now with all of this nonsense and this tomfoolery. This is the last thing I'm going to do because we over an hour. But, hold on. I'm going to find it. Boom. Boom. Right here. I told you I was going to find it. I told you I was going to find it. So, HLD in the building. What's up? Mi hermano, I see you. Derek Fields. What's up? Bro, y'all came in right at the end, right before I debunked IBT, Samuel Shaw, and JD with the foolery, bro. I don't know why. But this time it's a fun debunking because these guys know boxing, not like the ball hypes and the sneezy Fosters in them. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Y'all know how I do it. I always pull up articles. I don't like the tomfoolery. So let's do this right now before I get out of here. HLD, very good to see you, brother. Derek Fields, what's up with you? Mark says, I hate Casemiro. I love Donaire, but that fight falling through is on Rachel. Rachel Donaire. That's who Rachel is. Mark's talking about Rachel Donaire, Nonito Donaire's wife. It's not, well, I can't put it on her either because Nonito decided to back out. So, no, I'm not getting bodied on anything. You guys just hush up and look at this. I'm not getting bodied on anything, IBT. So just kill the nonsense because I'm just going to this comment. Right here, I'm going to this comment, and then I got to get out of here, guys. If Nonito Donaire ducking, if he fights the Monster Nui next. Look, I don't care who he fights next. He ducked Casemiro. That's my whole point. He's already ducked Casemiro. That's already a duck. Just like I said with Haney, he already ducked Devin Haney when he didn't take. It's a duck, fam. It's a duck. If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. Okay, here we go. Martin Ramos. Okay, look, because you guys have the Donito Donaire fever. All right, so August 14th, Showtime. Guillermo Rigondeaux, Park History. Rigondeaux, after the mix initially being replaced, 4 division champion. Development comes from the heels of allegations from Donaire's wife manager. Okay, here. The development comes from the heels of allegations, allegedly, from Donaire's wife, manager, trainer, Rachel Donaire of Casemiro, not responding in time to alleged repeated requests to submit paperwork to enroll in random drug testing as conducted by voluntary doping agency. The claims came days after it was reported that Donaire would replace Miami's Rigondeaux to create true unification bout on August 14th, making Showtime's first boxing telecast on the upcoming fight, Tokyo. All right, hold on. Donaire officially entered the mix in June 19th, 3 weeks after returning to the title stage following the 4th round knockout of unbeaten bantamweight Nordine Bali. Just 6 days later, however, Donaire went public insisting that he was no longer. Let me put this in. Let me put this right here. Well, Donaire went public insisting that he was no longer going through with the fight. All of you, stop it right now. So I'm going to leave. IBT, no, I will not be bodied, okay? And I'm going to leave after this, okay? It says here, Donaire went public insisting that he was no longer going through with the fight. So I don't care about Rachel. I don't care about who he fights next. I don't care. Donaire pulled out of the fight. It's a duck. And y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. See you guys at 1:30.